Hello everyone, my name is Nerd Builder and I'd like to welcome you back into a very special episode of MineColonies. I hope you're having a great day so far. So, the world is looking very much different right now than it did in our last episode. And reason being is in between right after actually the last episode, we upgraded the world to 119.2, which was a big undertaking because of the number of mods that we had. And we had to update like everything, obviously, Forge. And it was a lot, it was a lot to get there. I updated our mod list finally on our Discord. I've been meaning to do that for a while. We lost a few mods along the way, nothing catastrophic. There, just a handful of them were not 119.2 compatible, but probably about 90% of them were, which is good. So we kept a lot of performance side mods to help us out. I will say that I noticed in 119.2 that the frame rate has dropped a little bit more. I don't know if it's specifically because of the update or just we're getting kind of laggy in our colony just because of how large it's getting here. But yeah, so it's a little laggy, but I think and I thought of this because I was trying to think of a way to help the performance a little bit. So I actually separated the world into a server, and I'm connected through the server. It's saved internally on my computer, which seems to help a lot more because it seems to be balancing the cores a little bit or using a different core, different threads. So that way, right now we're only having to do half the work on this thread than we were doing before. So it's helped a lot, but just as an FYI that you might see a frame rate drop there. And we also, our texture pack that we were using also was not compatible. It was not updated. So we changed our texture pack, and I'll just show very quick. We're using John Smith Legacy, which I thought was very fitting, and I think it's a beautiful texture pack. I think everything looks great, and it's kind of fitting. I think it's kind of fitting because, again, like, our people are wearing like more medieval clothing, and that, so like the style just kind of looks medieval and that. So, but yeah, so I'm liking the view of it. I guess I'm happy that we updated it there. But just a few things, and we'll go around and I'll just kind of talk about some things that we did over the live streams this week. The first off is we did expand out and build sidewalks and kind of expand out our street over here. So we have a street going right up to our other warehouse, which, on that note, I will say that this warehouse is too close to that warehouse. So we're treating this warehouse as our own personal warehouse / like overflow. I still have a courier assigned to this warehouse over here. So the courier hasn't really gotten that many tasks, unfortunately. So, but I've been using it as an opportunity to move some stuff from our manual storage area, but also to collect from our wool and iron farms as well. And you can see right there that there unfortunately is not any tasks on there. So he just kind of stands around most of the day, but I figure keep one on standby just in case there is a need, for something from here, especially like a wool or iron or, things along of that nature. But yeah, so let's head on over. I'm going to show what we did, and we did build a third warehouse, I should say, and we did so on the other side of the colony. So let's head on over to the other side here. And as we pass by, we can also take a look at our level 4 farmhouses, which have been recently upgraded as of this week. We also added in a few more fields over in here as well. But let's head on over here. So this is looking quite different if you've been following along in the series, that we do have a warehouse. Again, the MineColonies update, I should also say, has changed the building styles a little bit, that there are a few different types of looks, and we'll get into that as we cover our build for today. I'll show some of the stuff that we uncovered this week on stream about the update. But this warehouse has been getting some tasks and whatnot from the farms over here, and we have to rearrange their housing. But yeah, they've been filling it up pretty well. You can see a lot of dirt there, but overall not a ton of stuff, but again, like looking good, and they're picking up some overflow, which is what I wanted. We shifted a lot of stuff out of the other warehouse to try to help, and it has helped a lot that we've moved stuff out there, but we have our two new couriers huts right over here. So the style's a little bit different. We're going with a classic MineColonies look just because that's kind of been the like the theme of our colony, that we've done a lot of wood and stone builds. I do like, and I'll show the new style because I thought about, it would be a huge undertaking and probably not worth doing, but I thought about changing the style of all the buildings, but again, that would get very expensive and I think very difficult to achieve there. But yeah, so we got this put in here. It's been helping out somewhat. They've been getting some tasks from buildings over here, but let's keep on heading down here. We also upgraded our new house, the newest house, which was right over here on our right. That is now up to level 3. That was a level 1 hanging out for a little while there. So let's head on down this way. And we're gonna go right over to here because this came up during our live streams this week, and I couldn't figure out because what had happened, and you can see this is looking a little bit different too. So our composter stopped working. Like they would not put any compost into the composters. Essentially what our composter was doing was pretty much, she was just going back and forth between here and like making the motion like she was putting something in here, but then she wasn't, and then essentially just running back and forth, and I'm like standing right here watching this. And then I figured out that she would take compost out of here. So if I put like poppies in here and the compost was ready, she would come and harvest them out, but she would not put any replacement in there. I tried we tried literally everything, and I tried to troubleshoot off stream as well, tried to fire them and rehire them after a little while. Left it for a period of time vacant, slept overnight to see if that would do it. I even resulted in there too doing the slap of them because I thought maybe they were desynced. I tried to recall them to the block here, to the town hall, like literally everything. And I'm like scouring the MineColonies Discord to see there, and nothing. I couldn't figure it out. So my last resort was to attempt to take it down and rebuild it, because I thought maybe the styles changed and that's why it's not working. And that ended up being what it was. So with the old style, for some reason, it stopped the composter from being able to work, and that for some reason. But we upgraded it to one of the new styles that's available, and we haven't had any issues. So I moved our composters around and kind of redid this area. We had our car generation area over here, so I actually moved that up by our airport for the time being over there until we can get a garage. We're still keeping our fuel production back here, and that's stuck. So still back here. And yeah, so we don't have like a lot of room, but I figured I opened this area up a little bit more so that we could eventually put some street in going through here, because it was going to be a tight turn the other way, but I figured that way we can kind of start connecting over the roads, but up through this way. So it ended up working out. It took quite a while to figure this out with what was going on with the composters. So yeah, it was, like I said, it was really something, but they're up and they're functional now. So we got them both up to level 4. I, went ahead and did that. And I think we'll end up doing some terraforming over here to kind of extend this out, and we'll have the drop off come like right over here. And then we'll have a road coming up this way. And then over here, there's not a lot of room. So eventually, like we'll probably maybe have the road come around here, or maybe just put something small over here if there's something small that can fit into here. But that'll be a future thing. So yeah, that's pretty much, we did a lot of upgrading this week as well. But I think we covered a lot of ground, and I think I covered everything that we did this week. The sidewalk was a big part of it there, but yeah. So I think with that, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll jump into today's build, which is going to be the Crusher. And I'm excited for the Crusher, and I think it's a good time to do it now because the we could use some more material. So I'll get a little bit more into that in just a second. So let me head on over to where we're going to be building today, and we'll start the build. Okay, so we're over in the area right where we've been adding some buildings into our mechanics hut there. We're going to continue building down the row. I've been having some terraforming done over here to kind of clear out some of the trees and flatten the land out. So in anticipation that we're going to be building a few more work buildings heading down in this direction as we kind of expand a little bit south. But today, like I mentioned, we're going to be doing the Crusher's Hut there, and I will say that the Crusher's Hut requires a level 1 stonemason's hut, and you have to finish the research in the university. So not a high bar to reach, but the usefulness from this is that the Crusher can convert blocks into other blocks. So they can take a bone and make bone meal, bone block and make bone meal, cobblestone and change it into gravel, which is great because we have a lot of cobblestone, and that way we have a chance to get some flint as well. There, it can take clay and make it into clay balls, gravel into sand, and sand into clay. So the main reason why I'm excited for this is because, as you saw, we are putting brick. Now move out of her way. We are putting brick sidewalks in everywhere, and that is very expensive to do. It takes a lot of effort to go up and down the rivers and to try to find the clay in the rivers there. So what I'm hoping is that the Crusher is going to be able to take the cobblestone, convert it into gravel into sand, because again, we don't have anyone harvesting sand, and sand into clay, and then that clay can turn around and be used to make bricks and other materials, and that way we can make slabs and stairs and all that good stuff. So that's the main reason for wanting to do the Crusher's hut. So the of course, with the higher the building level, the more output production there can be. So we are kind of limited at the beginning. So at a building level of 1, it can output 16 per day, 2, 64, 3, 144, 4, 256, 5, 999. So it does jump up pretty quickly, luckily. So I would highly recommend upgrading it like right away. So at that point, you're more than doubling times 4 your output there. So with that being said, and I think I covered all of the basics onto it there. So let's go ahead, and I already have the block made. I'll be transparent that I had created the block prior to updating the world. Once I figured out we could update, I wanted to take down and redo it with this texture pack so we can kind of get going with 119, because I figured it would look kind of weird with having part of the episode be 118.2 and then the next part be 119.2. So I figured this would just be easier, but I'll demonstrate how to actually make the block. So we're going to take our build tool there, and do I have planks? No. So let me quickly just make some oak planks. I think that should be enough. Let's go ahead and slap our build tool right back in there. We'll put some planks over here, and then we will take some iron and put it in the middle there, and then some cobblestone on either side. So you can see there that we get the Crusher's hut right there. But again, like I already have it right here, so I'm not going to make a second one there, but that's how you do it. So pretty simple recipe. So before it gets dark, let's go ahead and try to put this down, and there might be a little bit of flashing, but I can kind of show here the different options. So it looks a lot different. It gives you like all these options now for which style to go with. It's a little bit more. I really like this fortress look. If we were going to change our colony, I would probably go with the fortress look. I think that just looks very cool, and the description sounds really cool as well. But there are a lot of different, and even this is your local structure pack. where all your scans go. We don't have any there, so yeah, but I guess you can add them in. But yeah, so you're seeing like there's all these different options here. So most of ours are going to be probably like medieval oak, MineColonies original, and maybe like Nordic spruce. I feel like, you know, I don't, we haven't stuck to one style through the series. We kind of mix it up a little bit with some stone, some wooden, yeah, and some like dark oak in that, just to add a little bit of color, because I feel like they all kind of like go together. So it's not like a situation where we're using like pagoda and cavern or something like that. Like you know, if we could even do that, like it would look weird. But you know, like I said, like we're not trying to do something like that. So I think with this one, and also there's another one, medieval dark oak. There, I'm trying to. Maybe we'll go with. Let me hang on. Where'd our black go? Put this down here. So let's use our build tool. So I think that we're going to go with, let's go with Nordic spruce for this one. So this is also looking, our build tool is looking a lot different. So you actually have to, it divides it down in the different categories, and you have to go find the building within here. So you could see there's a lot of X's next to the ones because we don't have the blocks on us right now, but it really breaks it down. So let me see. I'm trying to remember where it was under. You're seeing like all the, I think it was under craftsmanship. Crusher, there we go. So yeah, I'm still getting used to it and that. So, but we'll go ahead and we'll click the Crushers one, and still, you know, ESC to escape out so you can take a look at it. And there is the Crushers hut right here. And I think that's looking very cool. So yeah, so you know, looking very cool, this design. So let me let's see, we're getting a little dark here, but okay, let's try to figure out where, let's see, level 5 here. So this looks like this is the, that was the back, and I'm guessing, where's the front? That we can get into this thing. But I really like the styles. I think the styles are very cool. Here it is. Okay, so this way. So let's go ahead and let's flip this around. Let's see, did I do it right? We did. Cool. Okay, so yeah, it looks really cool there. I like the new styles that they have. I think they're a little bit more dynamic. It looks like they updated a bunch of them. And let's see, does this extend up? All right, well that's at level 5, so we don't need to have it that far back. Try to keep it maybe moved up. Maybe move back a little bit. Let's see, was it underground? Let's see how far this extends out. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's really... so when we do this, there it is. Okay. Yeah, always check the height. Always check the height. I always forget to do that. Check the height of it. But let's send it back. This makes more sense. I was wondering, I'm like, why is there such a huge front area to it? But okay. So good. So yeah, it really raises up there, and not too far back. It fits within where we were here with our terraforming. So with that being said, and I do like this style. I think it looks really cool. So let's go ahead and let's put this down. And before I run and sleep, let's just take a look very quickly so we could start building right in the morning. Here, let's take a look at the build options. Whoa. Oh, Phantom. Okay, well, let me sleep, which is very bizarre, because that is bizarre, because we slept the night before, so I'm not sure why there's phantoms. More aggressive, I guess. But works out to our advantage, because that way, with the phantoms, if they, we could always use membrane to repair our elytra, so if they're going to show up a little bit more, that would be great. I was looking to see if they drop anything. Man, that one's really hanging on. Nope. Okay. Just combusted. So, okay. Let's go ahead and now let's take a look here at what we need. So, yeah, not too bad. A white stained glass pane. That's interesting. So yeah, so you're seeing that, again, there are different asks in that as well. A little bit different than some of the other basic designs. So, okay. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll do this by way of a time lapse, our first one in 119.2 with our new texture pack. So what we'll do is I'll cut out, I think I'm just going to have to, I think the only thing that we're going to have to make for our builder, which I think we're going to assign this over to, I think maybe Emmy, is the white stained glass pane. So I'll see if we can, that should be pretty easy to make, I think. So let me cut out, and then what we'll do is we'll jump right into the time lapse, and then we'll check the build as soon as we're done. So let's hop into the time lapse. And we're back. So not too difficult of a build. Got very massive. This is one of the taller buildings in our skyline, I think. You know, at least in proportion to some of the other buildings. This one got very, very tall. But I really like the look of it, like of the spruce type of look. I think it's just a very cool looking block, and especially with this texture pack, I think it looks great there. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's head on up here. And let's see. So this is pretty cool. Up here, it's like, it kind of feels like Viking a little bit, which is cool. And then I'm guessing, because here's the work block right here. It's interesting how they kind of leave it like open under here, so it's almost like that way the stuff is like falling right through. Let's just, because I saw her going in and out of the gate here, and she's right here. Okay, so it's just got, it's like some stuff's like falling down into here, so that's pretty cool how they have that set up. But okay, yeah, let's go back up, let's take a look. Here we will, let's first take a look at what we need to get it up to level 2. So it looks like more white stained glass panes. But okay, actually not that expensive to get this upgraded, so that's good. And let's go ahead and let's take a look at who might be a good fit. I'm thinking Shane might be the best fit here because, again, it looks like we need stamina and strength, and it looks like Shane's going to be the winner. So let's go ahead and hire him here, and we'll take a look at the recipe. So you can see they're already pre-populated. I don't believe that you can add your own at any point. So, but yeah, the key thing right there is going to be getting the clay so we can smelt that into bricks. But okay, and it looks like, okay, recipe mode priority, excuse me, or warehouse stock. And let's see here, daily limit. Well, I guess more than anything, we would want into clay. Where was that? I guess we'll leave that. I'm not sure if that impacts it or not, but I think they make it on request if I'm not mistaken, and I think, did he just arrive? He did. Okay, so there's his get up there. Wants to live somewhere closer. Again, we have to move people around, but great. So yeah, I'm going to set some minimum stocks in the warehouse, so that should hopefully prompt him to go ahead and make a bunch of material, some clay, and then that way we can get some bricks going for our next upcoming builds. But yeah, I think other than that, this is going to be a great addition to our colony, and I think especially as we start doing more with the infrastructure around our colony, this is going to be a big help to us so that we can use our post box to request some bricks and whatnot. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it here for today. Thank you so much for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed the building of the Crusher's Hut. If you did enjoy it, please consider dropping a like down below. Really helps the channel out a lot. It's a great free way to support the channel. And if you're not subscribed or following, please consider subscribing or following. Again, another great free way to support the channel. And that way you'll always be notified when we go live, and then when we have new videos drop in live streams, which I try to do a couple live streams a week and a video a week there. And if you're on Discord, please feel free to hop on over to our Discord. It's open to everyone there. I always post a schedule every week of what we're going to be looking to do that week. And we have our mod list and a place to ask questions about MineColonies in general, or to, solve if you have any questions about it and get those questions solved and that. But yeah, we'll be back next week. I think we're actually going to be doing the Fletcher's Hut next week. But until then, my name is Nerd Builder. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.